Hey everyone! For today's video, I just wanted to share something that I went through a couple months ago and what I learned in that, because I know that it is something that a lot of people are going through and struggling with in some way, to some degree. So I'm just going to be real and raw and share my personal experience, my personal situation, what I personally felt and was dealing with. And so I hope, even if you hear something that is definitely not you or not your situation, I hope you continue watching till the end, because maybe you can relate to me in some way, and I hope this can impact you in a good way. So I have always struggled with crazy high emotions and getting sad easily and feeling lonely and just, sad quite, frequently. About different things. It's gotten better, but I don't know, I'm very sensitive and I have crazy high emotions and I just feel things really easily, which can be a good and a bad thing. But a few months ago, I had such crippling depression. It was so strong, like something I never experienced before. And maybe I had been depressed to some degree, because there might be like different degrees of depression, but this was so hard and so strong and so much, and just the depression and hopelessness and worthlessness and just feeling like I was so awful and so terrible and everything was gone. I messed it all up. I lost everything that I could want in my life, and I didn't really, but I felt like it, and just like I had no purpose anymore. There's no reason to live, and I ultimately started feeling like I didn't really want to live anymore. And I didn't feel like there was a purpose for getting out of bed. I didn't really want to do anything. I wasn't hungry. I didn't want to eat, and it was just crazy. And I didn't really tell anyone, I just put on my fake smile, and so I feel like I can, see through people pretty easily, because I know the fake smile and I know the pain that you hide behind, your mask that you put on. And it just felt like, no one would understand, no one would care. And even when I finally got to the point of like, I'm not even faking anymore, like I'm not gonna smile, I'm just gonna be real, and I still felt like no one saw, no one noticed, no one cared, except for one of my friends, but and that was awesome to have her care. But I did have my mom, who I kept going to and telling her about, which is always a good thing, to talk to someone when you are going through depression or being suicidal or something. And you'd be surprised. You have to be careful, because of course some people you can't trust and don't care. Some people don't care, but there's probably at least one person in your life who does care, and you can find someone. But that's not the point. I just felt alone in everything. I felt alone in my struggles, like I didn't know anyone going through this. I just felt really alone and felt like I had no one, and just like I had no purpose anymore, and was just so hopeless and depressed. But and ultimately I was feeling like I had lost Jesus, because I had believed in Jesus and received him into my life, become a Christian, have a relationship with him, which just through believing in him, and I knew how amazing that was, because I knew that before I had Jesus, like I knew the feeling of emptiness and just like longing and needing and just something missing I couldn't get, and just feeling unloved and unworthy and unvaluable, and just like, I don't know, like I was just always searching and longing for something and needing more, and nothing would satisfy. And when I finally came to Jesus, it was filled. Like I knew the emptiness was gone, that I was satisfied fully, and the longing and the needing, it was all gone, and it was him that I was needing all along. And I know that everything we need comes from him. Even certain people or relationships, or, you know, the love from people or different things we get to experience, all, you know, that he gives us, like, that's still from him. And you know, I just, you know, I knew that everything I need comes from him, and he can give us help, and, you know, like, whatever it is in every situation, including depression. But mine, I felt like I couldn't turn to him, and I had lost everything I had with him, which was so amazing, and I knew how great it was. I knew life before Jesus, and I knew life with Jesus, and I knew how much better life with Jesus was, and living for him and in his ways, like, that was true goodness that I had never experienced before until then. And now I felt like I had failed, I had messed up, I had gone back to some of the old things I used to do. I had messed up too bad, I sinned too much, it was too bad, and I was just like, I don't know if, you know, I felt like I lost him. Like, I'd lost the one thing that I wanted. Maybe for you, you know, you don't believe in Jesus, it's okay. This video is still for you, it's still truth for you, what I'm going to share, but just, if I felt like the one thing that I wanted, the one thing I needed, the one thing, if I could just have that, or if life could just be like this, you know, maybe that's how you're feeling, you know, then everything would be better. But I felt like I didn't have that, and, like, I didn't know if God would still love me or forgive me or anything, and if all my dreams and my purpose in life and everything was gone and shattered, and so I'm like, why do I live anymore? And it was hard for a long time. That lasted at least, a couple months, pretty sure. It felt like a long time, but it just to different degrees that lasted for a few months, and just kind of going back and forth with things and so confused, and just but I knew inside of me, there's something inside of me that's like, I don't really want to die. I don't want to live, but I also don't really want to die. It was so conflicting, and it was just like, I don't feel like I really want to kill myself. Like, I don't really want to die. Like, I just don't want life like this. Like, I still want to live, but I don't want to live like this. And so that was really, you know, and I don't know if maybe you could realize that maybe that's what you're feeling too, that, and maybe a lot of people, that, like, it's not really that you want to die, but just that you don't really want to live the life you're living. You don't want things to stay how they are. But you feel like there's no hope, and it's never going to change, and nothing's ever going to get better, so might as well die. But I I didn't really want to live how I was living. I didn't really want to die either. So I was just in this hopelessness, just hoping for hope. I was hoping that maybe I was wrong. Maybe life could get better. Maybe there was some hope. Maybe everything I was feeling was a lie. And it took forever. It seemed like it was so long, and me just crying out, like, you know, what's the truth? It just doesn't seem right. But I finally realized that it just doesn't seem right that God would leave me. And it doesn't seem right that I would be created just to die. That there must be, that God has put so much thought and effort into each one of us. Why would he create us with no purpose? Why would he create me? Why would he create you with no purpose for living, no purpose for being here? Like, of course, we all have a purpose. We all have something in the future that we can't see, but he can, and that there's something in us that's meant to be here. Like, we're not created on accident. We're not a mess up, a mistake, accident, an unexpected thing that came into the world. We're here for a reason. We're meant to be here. I'm meant to be here, you know? And I just was like, why would God accept me in the first place if he was just going to leave me? That's not what a loving, just God does. He already knew everything I was going to do. He knows everything I'm going to do in the future. He knows everything you've done and are going to do. And he still says that he loves you. And I realize he still says he loves me. and that he also wouldn't exclude, me, just me, from everything he says in the Bible, which is that Jesus came to this earth to go through everything we go through, so he knew, so he could relate to us, and then died on the cross, took all of our sins, everything we deserved from every bad thing we would ever do, past, present, and future, and just take the punishment, be the sacrifice, die, be raised back to life, to make us right with God, give us new life, the opportunity to just believe in that, and then receive it all, and we have a relationship with him, and have his love, and everything he gives to us, which is so much. And why would he exclude me? And it doesn't. It says everyone. It's not everyone but me, or everyone, including me, until I mess up too bad. It doesn't say that. And I had to just choose to believe that. And even though God never gave me some super clear answer to all of my questions that I had, I just had to choose to believe. Like, that's what I felt like he was telling me. And when I did that, just to believe that he still loves me, he's still with me, I still have a purpose, all my dreams, everything can still happen, everything can get better. Even if it's not better right now, that it can get better, that hope is in him, peace is in him, joy is in him, love is in him, and he wants to give that to me. I can choose to go and receive that. When I did that, the depression and everything left. I don't think it was right away, like just like this moment of like, boom, it's gone. But like after a while of just choosing to believe that, choosing to come to him, choosing to start that relationship with him again, talk to him, read the Bible, worship him, whatever, just spend, time and, and really learn about him and hear from him, and just continue, like listening to things about him, or it just left eventually. And I've never experienced that again. I mean, he just showed me how much purpose I have, how loved I am, how valuable I am, and that there's so many people who love me. and even after that, like I became, like people started, like, I don't explain this. Like I actually started to get real friends, people who showed that they actually cared, and like I felt wanted finally, and that was like a while after that. But just I feel like he showed me, for everyone, that we all have a purpose. We all are here for a reason. There's so much purpose we have, and he loves us all, no matter what we've done, no matter what we'll do. He'll continue to love us. He just wants us to turn to him and come to him, and his arms are open, and everything we need, I realize everything I need is still in him. He still can give us everything we need, get us through the situation. We're gonna go through hard things, but if we have him, he'll be there with us, getting us through it, comforting us, giving us what we need in it, being there for us in it, and just giving us the strength and the ability and just what we need in it. And because maybe you're just going through something really hard, or maybe you're being bullied, or you went through a super hard time, or you have no one, or I don't know, but he's there, and he loves you, and he's hurting for you. He feels for us. He feels everything we feel, and he just wants us so much. He wants you so much, and you can just turn to him, and he wants to help you. And it may not come right away, and it may still take a few months or a year longer, and I don't understand his timing, but it doesn't mean he's not there, and he's not helping you, and he's not with you, and he can be with you through it and in it, and giving you what you need in it. And even when you don't feel like he is, he is. And you can continually read the Bible to find out so much more. There's so much more I could say, but I don't want to make this too super long because it's already really long. So I just want to say that, kind of end with that you have so much purpose. You are meant to be here. He loves you so much, and just wants you to turn to him, because you can. Everyone come to him just as you are. You don't have to clean yourself up, fix yourself, change yourself, do anything. Just believe, receive him, turn to him, surrender to him, give it to him, and he can take it. And I just love how he can take our anger, he can take our sadness. He just wants us to come honestly and openly to him and just give it all to him, and he can handle it, he can take it. He wants to. And can show you then what to do, or what he says, you know, and help you into the new life, the new way, his way of everything, and the life he created you to live. You can, you know, no matter how long that takes. Because living life with him is so much better. Living for him and his ways is just the greatest, the best, true goodness. And now just knowing I still have him. And even when I start to doubt, start to feel this way again, I remember this time and remember the truth, which is that he'll never leave. He's always there. He always loves us. There's always forgiveness in him, and purpose in him, and joy and love and peace, and just love, comfort, everything we need. So there's always a prayer in the description if you want to receive him. It's okay if you don't. I still love you. He still loves you. Of course, that's the only way to get him. But it's just to believe. It's just it's like a prayer, you know, outline. It's just an outline. It's just talking to him, telling him what you believe, what you want, you know, which is what he says he wants us to have, what he has given to us, made available to us. Not by doing anything, just believing in him and receiving that and just surrender to him. Just real quick, you know, I don't understand why we go through things, but I know that a few months after that, like a month after that, I was able to help someone who went through it too. And it was kind of like during this time I was like, God, why aren't you helping me? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you showing me your truth? You know, why did you let me go through this? And then he finally did, and then afterwards, and he was able to help someone, and now help you guys. And I'm able to relate to so many people. I just realized, like, if he had shown me any earlier, I wouldn't be able to, because I wouldn't have gotten to the point I did. So not saying he wants us to go through things, but just that I just realized he was still there in it all, and he was still answering, and he was still speaking to me. I just needed to tune in. He was still speaking, he was still helping me, he was still working. I just couldn't see it. I just didn't feel like it, but he was, and he was still loving me and there and working on my behalf and helping me and getting me through it and not wanting me to go through that and feel that way. I just didn't see it. So he loves you so much. I'm gonna end now because this is too long. If there's one thing I want you to know, it's that Jesus loves you so much, and I do too. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about anything, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.